E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks, and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The Summit 5 is back, and we're actually already almost through all of the qualifiers to find out all of our teams who will be attending the Summit 5 LAN. This is the Europe qualifier. We'll take a quick look at the bracket because these teams are flying through the draft right now. It's Virtus Pro versus Finem in the finals right now. Virtus Pro busted their ass as they worked their way past Alliance 2-1. They took on the Greeks already in the previous round 2-1, and now are matched up against them here after they were able to best Alliance in the previous round 2-0. A very impressive showing. Now we're going to get into the finals. It's a best of 5 winner gets their ticket to Los Angeles. The loser, well, their journey will conclude, and they'll have to hope for the best in their next qualifier. I'm KotLGuy for Be on the Summit. I'm going to be joined remotely by, well, the one and only Alan RyuuDota Anderson. Alan, I know you didn't hear any of my intro because I did mute my mic, but I got you right on cue. Welcome, my friend. It's the grand finals of Europe, and what do you think about the rematch of Virtus Pro and, well, AF once again?
This should be a very interesting series just because they've played so much, I feel, against each other. It could just, turn out to be really lopsided and where one team just, knows the other and has their number, kind of like what we saw from, like, Digital Chaos all of a sudden against Complexity. But I think it's going to be a really close series. It could go the distance, and that's what I'm hoping for. Just, 5 games of great Dota play, and so far it's both teams getting what they want right now.
Really is. If this was like a month ago, I'd feel like the opening of this draft was a bit crazy, but for what we've been seeing as of recent, specifically in this qualifier, it's been the disruptor show for many of these games, so I can't really fault Virtus Pro on going for it right away here. Obviously, we're going to see the same traditional bans. Beastmaster has rarely seen the light of day, maybe only in the hands of Alliance from what we saw the other day by them, but, for the Greeks here, opening up Night Stalker, Earth Spirit, kind of gives you the impression already that this will be an off-lane Night Stalker. You don't typically want to be running these two as your two supports. Earth Spirit, obviously does a lot better being aggressive in the laning phase and trying to, let's say, back up their mid laner a bit more and be a strong team fighter. And obviously Night Stalker is also going to run amok, but also looking to kind of control the map. And Virtus Pro, they're going to go right back for the Darkseer. And immediate response from AF here is to deny that Darkseer and grab up the Oracle.
Now, Oracle was 0-3 the other day against both of these teams when they first met. And that just shows you, like, Team AF, they lost 2 times with it. Virtus Pro, they lost once with it. And it's one of those heroes that
5 seconds
he's really amazing early on in the game, but as the game scales later and later, it's just one of those heroes that only offers you, it feels like, that ultimate to really save somebody. I mean, Fate's Edict's nice and all for the magic damage burst that does come out from Virtus Pro, but right now they have a really good mix coming in. Lifestealer, Spirit Breaker, all this physical DPS, the Bash Lords. And Team AF, they have to wonder what are they going to pair now with this Oracle. I mean, DP was banned out. Alchemist is banned out. So there's nothing really left in the pool that's a huge benefactor from this Oracle pick that I could think of. And
yeah, one of the only things I could think of is if they wanted to go more all in for the late game, like heroes like Spectre, who typically get like a heart, can benefit a lot from the Oracle and like doubling that heal. And even if you're able to proc the heart right away, you'll still have plenty of time to kind of get it off cooldown and still gain something after math is about 1,000 of dedicated life points to being, at the conclusion of a false promise. So it could be helpful there, but you're right. With typically the game plan we see, most of these teams don't like to hold out for the late game. They like to go. We know them to be very bloodthirsty, and Virtus Pro's lineup doesn't seem to, change that whatsoever. A Spirit Breaker grab, we don't get to see very often, but has been traditional Virtus Pro for quite some time. So expect a lot of pressure in the laning stage here, and for the Radiant, they have to prepare for that. And one defensive Oracle just may not be enough. So we'll have to see where they're going to look for recovery elsewhere.
Yeah, the amount of synergy right now for Virtus Pro is absurd. Like, you can charge somebody, get vision, glimpse them back. You also have the Spirit Breaker, or the Lifestealer, who can get inside of the Spirit Breaker. You can also put Ion Shell onto either the Spirit Breaker or Lifestealer as they're charging. So I am just super scared right now watching Team AF and how they're actually going to, survive this onslaught of VP's lineup. And right now they have good ways of maybe... It's kind of like on the Earth Spirit right now to get every single thing done, and maybe the Night Stalker, once he gets an Ags or something, they might be able to withstand Virtus Pro just because they'll have superior vision at night. But other than that, it just looks like Team AF could get rolled here, and I'm very scared with the lineup. They go for the Juggernaut pick now, and Juggernaut versus Lifestealer, that favors Lifestealer in most case scenarios because he does go for the Armlet Rush. I think he can farm a lot faster in the early game stage, whereas Juggernaut, he needs to have, at times when you're playing this aggressive early on, you actually have to go for like drums or, one of these cost-effective items first, and then you have to go back for the Battle Fury just so you don't lose in the later stages of the game because you're falling behind in the farm. So I'm really worried right now for Team AF's lineup.
And it's not going to get any easier, too, because in traditional Virtus Pro fashion, they love to hold out G's pick until they at least see what he's going to be up against. We've even seen them pull out the disgusting Viper if they feel like it's going to give him that much of a boost in his mid lane here. So having that last pick now and, at Finem just going to be forced into their mid pick at the forefront, it could be a bit scary for them. They're holding out with the picks like a Puck, let's say, which might be nice for Virtus Pro. You avoid the early on pressure from an Earth Spirit, and as long as you're not caught out from the Night Stalker, there's not a whole lot of silence or control to stop the Puck from really kind of doing his thing. Oh, Puck has been banned actually, so I totally whiffed on that one. But to kind of fill the same void of a Puck, there is still the classic G Queen of Pain. If you still want to be able to kind of be mobile and avoid the early pressure. Same case typically applies, but they're going to ban out that dirty Viper. They quickly grab a Mirana, so it looks like a mid lane Mirana, and now the ball is in Virtus Pro's court to see what they want to match up against this Mirana.
Yeah, you needed something else other than the Queen of Pain just so you can potentially stop the Spirit Breaker charging you, and you can blink away, but that's still not going to save you. He's going to keep charging you. So now you can leap away and then turn around and arrow, or if you have vision of him, you can arrow still. So I like the hero. Thug plays this hero amazing in the mid lane, so he can get a lot done. The problem now is, though, with the Mirana and the builds we see nowadays, it's a lot of magic damage burst, but they have ways to deal with that. And yeah, there you go. Queen of Pain on the other side of things. This is a matchup I'm very interested to see, because normally Queen of Pain will come out on top just because she has more base damage and she has, I would say, the better animation. Because normally a lot of times, the Dota players, they're just so accustomed to playing like Queen of Pain or Puck or something.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas like Potom, you have to be like on your A game.
Yeah.
To get your last hits.
No, certainly so. They both have the benefit of maybe able to kind of go to and from the rune a bit easier, but with that benefit also comes making sure you don't aggressively blink towards a rune and into the arms of your enemy supports that are going to be waiting there to ambush you. This is definitely going to be a lane that we need to keep watch of under a microscope, the Queen of Pain Mirana, because that definitely needs to set the show. You're already talking about how much is going to be behind this Earth Spirit and Spartan, and he is that kind of player. We typically see him, picking up like the Wisp, which I imagine is going to be continued to respect ban throughout the rest of the series. But, he's very good in the sense of a Wisp, of being around the map and being a presence for his team when it's necessary. So, and I love the hero, so I'm actually very excited to watch Spartan on him, and it's probably something I'll be backseating a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to backseat him hard too, because right now I personally favor VP's draft because I think it's easier to execute, and I want to see AF, prove us wrong. Right? They have strategies that can work out, and but they have to constantly fight this game, and they have to constantly find the pickoffs around the map. Whereas VP, they kind of want to do the same thing, but I feel like they can scale a lot better going into the later game because they have the Wombo combo that we all know. They have the superior carry, in my opinion, with the Lifestealer, and the Queen of Pain. With all this AoE magic damage and burst coming in from VP, I'm scared for AF. So they have to make sure they don't group up and get caught out by this combo.
And then even if, let's say, they're able to have a successful early and mid game and they're looking to push it towards Virtus Pro and close things out, Virtus Pro do not have a lineup that is going to be easy to breach by all means. You're talking fantastic wave clear with the Queen of Pain. You have one of the best high ground defenders in the game in a Darkseer with your vacuum wall. On top of it, Disruptor with a Static Storm, catch a glimpse on a target while they're trying to retreat from their high ground siege. This is going to be a hard base to breach, and can't help but agree with you. I feel like Virtus Pro get the nod in the draft on this one, but we'll see. Maybe there's something we're missing. Maybe there's a plan here from the Radiant that they're going to be looking to pull out, but nonetheless, Alan, it looks like we are going to get underway, folks. It's our European qualifier finals right now. It's a best of 5, even though the ticker above says best of 3. That's my mistake. That's my mistake. I can take the blame for that one. It is a best of 5. We'll switch that one up for game number 2. So winner of this series comes out to Los Angeles to compete at the Summit 5 LAN, hang out on the couch. Maybe you'll get to hear some, hear some casts from some people you never even, knew what they looked like. It'll be a good time.
30 seconds.
So you're saying I'm invited? Thanks. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone knows what you look like. You look like Matt Damon.
Darn it.
All right, so.
No, I look like lipstick, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I've forgone the discount, and I've
gone full-blown fabulous, yes.
Yeah, fabulous.
Wonderfully done. But we're seeing the early ward games. We saw a lot of this in our previous series. The ward mine games already pinged up on the high ground right now. Virtus Pro make their approach. They anticipate the vision is up there. We have a sentry for No Fear. He's going to drop it, and he's going to quickly eat up that high ground vision. This could be a bit nerve-wracking right now for your Night Stalker. He's already one who can somewhat hold his own in lane, preferably probably going to get down the Iron Talon to farm on the side, but now he's not under the safety of that vision. He'll have to play a little extra careful.
Yeah, they actually pinged out immediately for, I think Madara did. They know that the ward is up here on the high ground where the Night Stalker is, so potentially they can go de-ward that. Spartan has a sentry if he wants to use it, and I'm looking at this deep ward in the mid lane. A lot of people just, putting new mid lane.
Roll for G here. They're trying to get him, but he did level up the blink if necessary, and he'll make it out from trouble. I didn't see before that if he had been reserving the point or not, but obviously good on him to not do an early investment into that Shadow Strike when it could have been a bit of trouble.
That's what you normally saw like 2-3 years ago when people level Shadow Strike up and then you just punish them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that he doesn't go too aggressive with his play style here. Plays reserved.
Yeah, especially with obviously an Earth Spirit on the other side. He's not popping up in the lane right away. You're probably thinking, I may need to have a blink or be ready to have a blink just in case he manages to connect with that Rolling Boulder, which this time mid lane he does not connect. G doesn't care though. He's like, I'm just going to get this last hit first and then I'll step away. And he's focused with his eyes on the prize, which is the laning phase.
I mean, this though, he had to ferry another salve out.
Yeah.
So this is the second one he's burning through, whereas Thug, he's well on his way to his bottle, and he still has a salve to work with if he wants to just trade the right click. So still a little bit worried for G here in the mid lane, but as we talked about, Mirana needs this help early on just because she can get out harassed and out CS'd early on.
And for the offlaners here, trying to touch base with both sides. Darkseer very, very deep against the 1v2, as you suspect when Earth Spirit is running around. Only still able to snag 1 CS, but at least he's got near level 2, almost level 3 at this point. We look at Darkseer on the other side, and he's just a fresh level 2. He's able to kind of get a hold of the Illusion Rune, but other than that, nowhere near finding any sort of CS. So it's a difficult time for offlaners all around.
Yeah, I was watching what Yoku did, and what he did that's really smart is you put one of the ion shells on top of the creep wave, and then you put one on top of yourself. So then you have to choose. Maybe next time he can't fortunes in both of them, so if he goes for one, then the other is just going to keep it. And at the end of the day, he's still getting levels in the offlane, so that's really good for Darkseer.
Yeah, I mean, most people would just expect the Darkseer in this kind of situation to possibly forfeit the lane altogether and just go to the jungle. I don't know if that's something he might still consider or not, but...
Oh, they can go on top lane here.
Top lane? Yep, they're going to muscle on in, but they also have the Earth Spear. Beautiful Boulder Smash. It's only level 1, so the duration's pretty small, but it's enough to kind of rustle their jimmies a bit, if you will. Meanwhile, Skylark is going to be able to step back, but Spartan might not be so lucky. He's going to be going down. No Fear connects with the right click, and it is going to be Virtus Pro who will strike first in this game 1.
That's very unfortunate. He did a really good job of making space there, but overstayed his welcome a little bit too long, and unfortunate. And going back to touch base on the previous question is, yeah, you normally need to have a tri-lane against the Darkseer still because they don't have a reliable stun.
Yeah.
Sure, you have the Fortune's in, but that's not enough to bring down Yoku.
No, certainly not. Their best chance is maybe if they get this Jug towards his level 6 and they catch him when he's not under the safety of creeps. It's not going to be easy, as you said. I mean, they do also have the burst power Purifying Flames. It's level 2, and this thing does a deceptive amount of damage. He's poking him a lot now. 180, though, and easily can get off 2 of them. So, do have to be careful about that. In the meantime, though, he reserves his Fate's Edict point. Up and above, though, FNG will quickly snag up the Invis rune. And we'll see if he uses this at all as a kill rune.
Yeah, that was very fortunate he got the Invis. If it was Invis or Haste, he gets away, but any other rune might have had trouble just because Skylark was rotating too. So the RNG gods are praying for FNG.
Bias for FNG to show up to our Summit household. We'll see if the RNG will continue to stay with him or not. He's posturing up behind this mid lane, though, and beginning to ping it out. We'll miss an opportunity for the Courier. I said that, but the Courier had to bounce back, and it quickly jets the hell out of there. And it looks like they'll be fine on that front. While up and above, pressure continues to come from the other Virtus Pro members. Aloha Dance, we know that if you leave this guy in a lane to farm up, he could be a real big problem. He's already at 35 and 5. There's the glimpse to put Skylark under the tower. Boulder Smash through, easily going to be avoided from the Rage. And now comes that FNG Spirit Breaker, and he's going to help just check the Night Stalker into that tree. And it will get Virtus Pro another kill on this one. So, good head start right now for the Russian squad.
Yep, and that's one of those situations you wish you would have back as an Earth Spirit player because you're like, oh, I need to stop here. Can he stop it? Yeah, there you go.
Nice. You gotta make sure you have that quick stone drop. Rolling Boulder follow will be there from Spartan, and they can make a go for FNG. Kinetic Field. He's gonna be able to slow them down a bit. FNG, not enough mana for the charge quite yet. Goes for the Valiant TP. Not gonna be spotted by Skylark or anyone. And he will make it out from trouble. That was a little too close for comfort, but still an unscathed record on the side of Virtus Pro.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, but I might have spoke too soon. Yoku very far forward, trying to go for some Iron Shell kills. Oh, surges away, but they got the phase boots, and he's got the kill. It looks like AF will get themselves on the board now.
And meanwhile, charge mid lane. Thug.
The action doesn't stop in traditional Virtus Pro fashion. But they will have to pull away from that charge with a committed leap coming out from Thug. Still only doing the 1 point into the leap here. You know, obviously with each Mirana and hold on, that thought top lane they're making it go for Skylark. He's as good as dead. They actually don't have mana for the glimpse rather, but it might not be necessary. They have a great kinetic field, and of course with FNG showing up, there's really no chance of escape. And Virtus Pro get another one, but I was talking a bit about the Mirana. You know, we see her and then okay, well, never mind again. Bottom lane, they're making it go for the Jug here. And he's got the Omni Slash, but boom! He gets blown up by G. And this is unwrapping to be a wonderful laning stage right now for Team CIS.
Yeah, it's kind of getting a little bit out of hand, too. Just because they just used that Omni Slash, and that's a very big deal. They didn't even have to whiff on ult mid.
Charge for Thug. He has a leap, but is currently being locked down a bit, and they change course. They're going to make a turnaround play for G, and they're going to be able to get it. Thug gets the last hit on that one. They want more. He commits in with the leap, needs another auto attack. Oh, and they're going to get it. With the help of the arrow, he will go down. But a nice glimpse back on for Thug. He has no leap whatsoever. No Fear should be able to get this kill. A kick away. It's cute enough, but not going to be enough to help out. And
that tower aggro, it hit him 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was vicious.
That is, oh, that's not what you want to see happen.
Well, I like this. No Fear. He's got level 3 glimpse, but it's still a pretty long cooldown. It might have been level 2 by the time he used it here, so won't be available for any sort of gank with the assistance from FNG. And do you think this is a good pacing that Virtus Pro have? They recognize that they're winning this laning stage a bit, and they're already just kind of hungry for blood. Is that how they should be approaching this game?
Yeah, this is looking really bad now for AF, just because of the fact that both bottom lane.
Okay, wow. Now you see him, now you don't. That Jug is freaking dead. With the first Sonic Wave coming out from G, will annihilate him. And that is double takedown on their core player here. And And it's not done yet. They're going to make a move for maybe next time here. FNG leads in with the charge. He will do the Self-Fate's Edict to try to avoid any further magic damage, but here comes Spartan looking to burst apart G on this one. But with the wall already committed and now G showing up, they are simply outnumbered, and it's a crushing. Virtus Pro now 9-3 as they take down 4 all day.
And the glimpse back on top lane. They had the static storm available. I wanted to talk about that for like the last minute or so. 7.5 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
Level 6 disruptor just because of all
Dire's
these
middle
kills.
tower is under attack.
And then Madara down here in the bottom lane is
He might be dead again for the 3rd time straight. G is not looking to let up whatsoever. He will be forced to blink back. Even a Moonlight Shadow will be committed, but the charge is already out, and if this Jug continues forward, G's going to simply turn around. He's waiting for it here. Blinking 1 more second. Fate's Edict, though, could help keep him alive, and oh, good on G. He waits, and then he strikes. Maybe next time not going to be able to save that one, and in fact, he might be the follow-up kill here. Ryu, game number 1 could be over faster than you think at this rate. Can they get him? Yes, they can. There's going to be the charge. Right-click. He's done for. 3-11 at just about 9 minutes into game number 1.
And this is what AF are supposed to be doing at this stage in the game. They need to be 11-3. They need to be applying the pressure. And it's just turning out to be very bad. This is looking very gruesome just for the fact that Darkseer is going to have his mech soon. They already have Armlet on top. And then we talked about it. Disruptor has all the levels in the world that he wants. And when you're playing Disruptor from ahead, there's no running from him at all. And they're in just such a great spot right now from VP, and AF are going to have to do something miraculous to really turn this game back around, because it's at 10 minutes in the game, a 7k gold lead is almost insurmountable, I feel, depending on
this is a pretty heavy-handed lead, and it's going to take a lot from Radiant here to be able to struggle it back. Oh, they get the vision from the charge, but the glimpse will be avoided with the Blade Fury. In fact, Virtus Pro are already onto this one. Made him spend the mana though, so got him. But we have Aloha Dance, and the thing is like they're looking good now, and this isn't even like their real peaking moment on Virtus Pro. They still have, as you mentioned, the mech coming out, and now this Armlet even getting a bit dirty as Aloha Dance makes his move for the Jug. Not going to be able to get the finish as he Blade Furies away from the trouble. Now he's going to be hopping into the backpack of FNG. Good sidestep on the Boulder Smash, and boom! They bait him right into a big Static Storm play. Skylark is going to be in trouble. It will only catch the 1 target. But nonetheless, he will take that gank, and Virtus Pro will take another kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
and a
has
tower.
fallen.
And a tower. And a +1. The rich get richer, I like to say.
They're getting too rich at this stage in the game. The worst part is they don't have that much going for them where they can go around I guess they can go around constantly with like Night Stalker plus maybe the Earth Spirit and get kills, but Thug, the way he's itemizing, he's going to go for the Midas now, and it looks like he obviously is going to go the Ags right afterwards, but who are you going to go around ganking with? You know, you have to have some me time right now to catch back up for Team AF. So they're in a situation like, we need to get farm on a Juggernaut. He's 1-3, doesn't have the best farm in the world. And if you're sitting behind with maybe next time here,
Full glimpse back, it will be canceled, of course, from the Blade Fury, but it looks like they have spotted Spartan here. Can he get off a Boulder Smash in time? No, it looks like he's not going to see it, but FNG will pull off. Now turns back, now cancels. Now goes for it again, and he will make the move for Spartan. There's going to be a dust to get that Moonlight Shadow. They will not be able to block him from the rolling boulder, though, and they'll make it away. They change targets, look to go for Madara. Not going to be able to get him, though. They pull back the Oracle. Good 2-man stun silence combo from Spartan. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so. Step back, no fear, waiting with the Static Storm. Not even necessary. With the help of the wall, it looks like Virtus Pro might be able to do it without. You already get the 1 kill here, but it's been a hard commitment by AF just to get to this point. Virtus Pro are going to be happy to step back and, well, they'll just go for the tier 2. At this point, maybe they move in or fall back for the Roche, I suppose, if they feel like it's something they can do.
They'll probably just transition to the mid tower and take that first. I don't know if they can get away with doing Roche because their lineup doesn't.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I said it. It's not. Lifestealer's okay, but I don't think there's going to be nearly enough permitted time to get it and get out.
Yeah, they could do it. Because I don't know if AF wanted to contest it all, but it will take a very long time, which might give AF a lot of breathing room. They might be able to take a tower in the top lane or somewhere else when you don't need to give it away. But here, Aloha, can they catch him? Nope.
Arrow will be off the mark. He pops the rage nonetheless, but it's looking good here for Virtus.pro. They get to step back with their winnings, and they can wait for the next moment here, which is G getting the Orchid together and make another go. For AF, though, you know, we have Magnetize on Earth Spirit. We have yet to see it in this game with 6 Stone Remnants ready to go. You know, hopefully they could put some use out of it and try to turn around one of these fights. I mean, Virtus.pro are already at that point, getting close to near 10K of a net worth lead before we even get to 15 minutes. There is a rubber band factor out there for the Greeks if they can somehow pull off a big team wipe or some good pickoffs, but it ain't going to be easy.
Yeah, you saw that last team fight. If the Earth Spirit had the magnetizers you're talking about, they could have potentially killed 1, maybe 2 people. But right now, it's going to be all on Spartan to get things done. And the worst part about the thing right now is how are they going to shut down Lifestealer in the team fights? Oh, Courier, don't do it. Oh, they know
might
they're
have
there.
just scouted for him, though. Yeah, they'll ping up ahead. And now we have a bit of awkward positioning here from both sides, but as Virtus.pro head up above, they're going to see Spartan 2-man catch. He drops the Magnetize here. FNG wants to charge in. It's into a Magnetize. Static Storm is going to be dropped. They get the charge back in the quick double takedown. That includes the Jug. Bad fight now for the Greeks, and it looks like Virtus.pro are just going to roll right through him here. Even Thug committing all he can to at least get the 1 takedown of the Disruptor. Can they get the Oracle too? Nope. Maybe next time is out of there, and well, it turns into a 4-for-1 trade, Ryu, and that alone will be about a 1,500 additional net worth swing for Virtus.pro, and the outs for the Radiant became a bit smaller now.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna see Disruptor first phase ban next game. I mean, we saw it the other day where Disruptor was very key to VP's success, winning against Team AF, and I honestly think they have to get rid of that hero and just play against something else. Phoenix wasn't even touched this series too, by the way. Like, he wasn't banned or picked, so the teams, they can go back for that. Mid lane, Spartan is...
Charge will actually be out on top lane here. They see Madara creeping out past home, and G jumps right in with the follow-up, and Orchid's going to be there. They try to purge it off. It's enough for him to get off the Omni Slash. Vacuum back, stun silence combo into a Magnetize. Coming out from Spartan, very nicely done. And they are going to be able to burst down FNG with the help of the Purifying Flames. Will that be enough, though? Virtus.pro looking for a round 2. They jump in. Shadow Strike, nicely purged off, though. Actually, the poison will linger. Now they'll heal him up. But here comes the rest of the party, including the mighty Aloha Dance. And he just shreds apart that Oracle. They are going to be looking for Madara here. G gets him with the Sonic Wave, and that will put G onto an unstoppable streak. Here come Virtus.pro now. It's 2-for-1, and they're looking to close this game 1 if possible and start the day off with a good win.
I'm just trying to avert my eyes right now, Dakota. It's looking really lopsided right now, and AF, there's not many ways to really come back into this game just because VP's lineup is just scaling superior to them in the later stages of the game. They just need more AoE. Like, all AF's lineup right now is, it feels single target burst, and that's just not gonna, you're not gonna win a team fight when you have the mech on the dark seer, a lot of sustain. You're not gonna be able to kill the Lifestealer, let alone the Queen of Pain at this rate. So it's a lineup where if you fall behind early, you're most likely gonna lose the game. So AF still, they're gonna need to come up with a miracle play, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's gonna have to be like an arrow on Lifestealer, them killing him, and then Queen of Pain like singled out, then you get the Omni Slash on him. But Madara's still only level 9 right now. Doesn't even level 2 Omni Slash. He's saving 1.5k gold, probably thinking, what the hell can I even get that's gonna change this game?
And while he tries to just rattle his brain for the next idea, FNG is already making a strong move forward. Looks like he will quickly pull it off. Top lane, though, Moaning Jug spinning away from trouble. Aloha Dance will not be able to stop him from TPing out. But you're absolutely right. He is still trying to just get on the warpath back into being relevant. And it ain't going to be easy until at least he gets a level 2 Omni to work with. And we already know he has quite the build-up to go for. And in fact, the early ring, normally I'd say Battle Fury, but who knows? At this pace, he might even need a Vanguard to stay alive. So we'll have to see.
I was thinking the same thing, but he sold his format or
Oh, the
his
Stout
shield.
Okay.
So he's gonna go for the Battle Fury. At this stage of the game, if you don't have a Battle Fury, you're probably gonna lose because, like I talked about, they need some sort of AoE and they need a way to rapidly catch back up with farm.
They drop a brand new ward down, does AF here in the bottom lane from Spartan, and just as fast as he puts it down, it gets taken away. So they will be still in the dark for any sort of future defense. I don't foresee them being able to really etch too far out past the river. They'll have to, you know, put in this buddy-buddy system where the Jug is currently being spotted by Skylark just in case. We see nearby Thug is juggling. He's got maybe next time near him. Back at top lane where they make their jump for that Jug. Here comes Afterlife. Is he going to be a good enough babysitter to stop the assault? In fact, now he's the one in trouble. RyuuDota says, I'll just go for you instead. He will be able to make it away, and now reinforcements are en route. They're going to drop down a Stag Storm for Madara, but he's going to get saved up. Priestess of the Moon pops the ulti, and they make it under the shadows and away to safety. It feels like a lot committed, though, just to get the one kill. But hey, one Spirit Breaker gets them nearly 1,000 gold. So it's something, but they're going to need a lot more.
Yeah, that's the right track back into this game. And if, you know, VP get a little bit aggressive and keep feeding over these kills, you could see AF getting back into this game. So they need to be a little bit more reserved for VP. Their cores were rotating over, but it was just a little bit too fast, and they need to set up a little bit better for VP's side.
And now we will see Virtus Pro just continue to use the majority of this map. While it feels like they're not being too proactive in moving forward, they continue to starve out, you know, the Greeks from being able to move outside their base and safely farm up. And for what farm is available, you know, it's pretty much got to be funneled towards the way of the Jug. And everyone else, they're going to be stuck with breadcrumbs in the meantime. Jug was able to make his way towards his level 11. He's almost got, you know, 3/4 of the Battle Fury now complete. But at any moment here, Virtus Pro could also pull off, do the Roche after creating a little bit of space, and then they can make a go at the high ground with the benefit of the extra life.
Desolator completed for Lifestealer. As you're talking about going high ground, that's going to help out tremendously. They're going to get Roche plus the Aegis on top of him, and then they're going to be able to siege. So trying to bring down this Lifestealer is going to be tough. Tough cookie to crack.
Yeah. Here he comes too, with the benefit of that Echo Saber. This will go down faster than you think. And it looks like AF will be aware. They dropped the scan. Yes, it's on the Roche, but they put it outside the front door, which is what you need to do. You can't put the scan in Roche, people. Stop doing it in your pub. Stop scanning the Roche pit. But put it out the front door, and there's a pretty good chance you'll catch some supports walking in or out from the pit. And as they are going to be onto this one, they'll just do their best to kind of split the difference, and they'll take a tier 1 top lane. Tier 1 top lane, though, is taking a lot of effort here, and if Virtus Pro want, they could defend this. Doesn't look like they will, though. Instead, they'll just kind of take their extra life and take their business probably back towards the mid and bottom lane. I say that, though, but FNG is already en route, and he has an Infest Bomb coming. Oh. He will have to cancel. Bummer.
He'll probably need to... how come? Okay, there we go. I guess if you're so far zoomed out, I couldn't see the Lifestealer actually Spirit Breaker thing.
Oh, when you go too far out, you can't see anything. Even names disappear.
Yeah, so I was getting a little confused there. But yeah, he needs to come out so he can actually siege the high ground. So that was a nice try for them to pick off, but now he needs to get earned. Earn him.
And here comes Virtus Pro. Get that man some life. It's time to fight here. Virtus Pro with one big successful push could just close out game number 1 before 25 minutes in this best of 5. But we'll see if AF can hold the high ground here. What kind of big boy tools do they have? Maybe a vision in the dark advantage with Night Stalker. Magnetize does work well within this, you know, tight little choke point. But outside of that, you know, Virtus Pro, who now have BKBs on hand, it's going to take a lot. Yeah, huge arrow lockdown onto one of these cores. The arrow is going to miss. They still consider bursting down Aloha Dance a bit, but he's going to be fine. Jumping glimpse, pullback for Thug into a Stag Storm, and Moran is out of this game for nearly a minute. No buyback for her. And now the poor rest of AF are going to be quickly shriveled up. They take down the Oracle. There's a good magnetized start from Spartan here. Madara, huge right-click damage going to be coming out and flexed from Aloha Dance. They're withering him down slowly with this magical damage, but Aloha Dance still has that extra life to work through. But Virtus.pro can't really do the damage on the tier 3. They're going to step back and try to heal up here and go in for round 2.
That was just like all of their hopes and dreams, right, on the Earth Spirit.
Yep.
And now it's going to be easier for VP to potentially siege. The problem is they're going to have mech or the Guardians up in 7 seconds, but they won't have that afterwards. So if they can find a one, like the Queen of Pain or somebody, because the VP did use all of their combos, so they don't have the vacuum wall static storm. There's potential here for AF to hold this.
Let's see though. G, New Orchid, Static Storm ready to go, or not Static Storm, Sonic Wave good to go. We'll have to see here, but this is it. With this push, they'll have to defend again, and as you already mentioned, they're not going to have some of these precious ultis. Magnetize's actually going to be up in 10 seconds. It's a pretty low cooldown. I think they'll have everything for this fight here, so let's go round 2. CIS versus Greeks. First early stun, double silence here. Dude, Aloha Dance can lose that first life. It looks like he'll be fine. FNG moves forward, big vacuum back. Static Storm set up. G sets the mark with a beautiful Sonic Wave, and they look to burst down the jug. They'll get it. He's going to be out 45 seconds. No buyback for him. And a wonderful double kill for No Fear there. That was just some nice synergy play. They vacuumed into the Static Storm setup. Arrow actually catches, and they get the life down. Beautiful FIFA kit coming out from Spartan. That was a cute little nuke, but now comes the real trouble. FNG charging in, going to be canceled out from the Void. Virtus.pro need to go for the base eventually. They have not really done any damage, Ryu, to this tier 3.
Yeah, they just keep waiting for their spells to come off cooldown. That's why they won that last team fight. But you know, like you're saying, they're team fighting. They're not taking objectives, and they lost to Aegis. And man, you can't break the Greeks, man. This high ground defense is amazing to watch. I mean, it could come back to the fact that they're so low level on their supports too, and they just die. So they're like level 8, level 9, so they respawn so fast. Even the Night Stalker too. If he dies, it just comes back so fast.
Makes it very difficult. I mean, Virtus.pro get in there and they commit all they can, and it looks like it's going to be the time for them to win when, especially they're bursting down the jug and taking them out of the fight for good for 45 seconds. You'd think there'd be enough to kind of finish off the job, but they're not able to kind of put much focus onto the racks. That might not be their fault, and more praise for AF on being able to kind of deter them, but as it stands, Virtus.pro, it's good to be throwing these bodies into the base, but eventually you have to walk away with something for yourself. A Rax, you know? Do you want to close this game? I don't know if you want to risk stalling it out and having this jug become more of a problem. One swift Omni Slash and you could be losing a lot of your backliners and a lot of the key elements to your team fight.
They're just going to try and starve them out now and probably wait for the next Roche. They really do need to have the Aegis, or just pick them off around the map and then go high ground. So they're doing a really good job starving them out. Guerrilla warfare.
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe they won't wait for the next life. I could see them doing that and comfortably just kind of waiting out inside the front door here, because they are going to keep getting most of the farm on the map. They're certainly not winning the farming game at this moment. 20k of a net worth advantage at the moment for Virtus.pro. But now all lanes being pushed in. Madara going to be forced to Blade Fury back inside the base. Aloha Dance creeps in a bit, but does not fall through with anything. But here comes Virtus.pro again. FNG coming down from the bottom here with a charge out on the Spartan. I don't imagine he's going to be following through with that one, but here we go, Ryu. Back for round 3 in the mid lane. Virtus.pro. Can they close out game number 1, or will AF continue to be able to hold here? They've only taken not even half damage onto their tier 3. They're missing and dodging rock kicks right now. It's fun. But as long as AF don't get caught outside the front door and glimpse back into trouble, there's no real setup here. And Virtus.pro have to try to do it by jumping over this hurdle.
This is like a 20k gold lead right now at 27 minutes. That's absurd. And like we said, AF are going to need like 2 or 3 or 4, if not 4 of these high ground defenses so they can get the items back online. And then we're going to have to see how they fare if they can go high ground themselves in the situation. VP's high ground looks way scarier than AF's, but AF are making it work, and that's very impressive to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. But G now has picked up an arcane rune. We'll see if he can find some good use out of this. But AF will have...
Pipe.
Oh, the pipe?
The pipe could be the nail in the coffin for the Darkseer. That's a lot of magic damage that AF have right now, and if they can negate a lot of it, this high ground siege looks a lot easier.
Alright, we'll see if that's going to be good enough here. Charge is going to be out. They get a possible catch here for Spartan, who's not looking to commit the Magnetize. Now he will. Jumps out while he can and will make it back into safety. And under the Moonlight Shadow, he refreshes the Magnetize, and now comes the Greeks. They charge out from the base, but they're caught in the middle a bit. They're almost going to be able to get No Fear, but it's not going to be good enough. No Fear just swings out the Static Storm, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team have been able to find out the Jug, and they will jump and kill him. He will have a buyback, though. Aloha Dance makes chase for Spartan, while we see Skylark here stuck behind enemy lines going down. No buyback for him. Possibly only a 3-man defense here from the Radiant, but here we go. Virtus.pro finally able to focus on the objective at hand. This tier 3 going to be going down. Good rage timing from Aloha Dance. He moves right past the stun and goes right for the Rockman and will shred him down. Jump back, Omni Slash mitigated amongst the 3. Yoku eats a lot of that damage, but he's going to be good, and now the man fight between the cores here. Aloha Dance moves forward, gets that kill. Jug goes down as a dieback for him. Thug still alive. A tier 3 still standing. Thug now dead as he jumps in trying to go for the aggressive kill. Is not going to get it. Beyond godlike for Aloha Dance as he secures that triple kill. 30-7 Ryu in this game number 1, and they still can't take a Rax.
They're just demoralizing them for the next game. That's the strategy. You just wither away at the Greeks slowly but surely, and eventually they'll fall.
Radiant's
Their hard
bottom
walls.
tower is under attack.
This is just one of those situations where AF, they're just not progressing in items at all. I mean, we've seen Thug he got the Blink Dagger, but that's not helping out for damage. And they're just not finding anything around in the map. Jug had to buy back. He's had the Battle Fury for, 10 minutes. There's not much left in the tank for them. So they're going to have to play even better. But in the situation, they tried to go for the Disruptor. They managed to get him, right? But in the back of things, they were able to find the Jug, the Oracle. This is looking very bad.
This is do or die now, it looks like. AF are trying to make the call here as Roche is going to be going down from Virtus.pro. This is expected. And while I feel like they're kind of rolling out from the base here, trying to set up some sort of flank play, I don't know what kind of opportunity is going to make this game any easier for them as they slowly walk their way out. Virtus.pro are creeping for round number 4, if I'm keeping tabs correctly. Virtus.pro are going to try to finally finish off this tier 3, and now with no buybacks here, and Spartan could be first to go down. He is just decimated. Out of the game for good. 40 seconds. FNG rolls forward, trying to get Thug. Thug going to get glimpsed back. Vacuum wall setup. Sonic Wave coming out from Virtus.pro as they try to close out game number 1. They will do it. The towel has been thrown in. And Team CIS will take game 1 of a best of 5.
That was brutal. Brutal, absolutely brutal watching that game. It fell apart all from the laning phase, and you have to have an amazing laning phase for Team AF to really come out strong in this mid game. It didn't happen. The picks didn't work out. We talked about it earlier on, how VP had the nudge there by a significant margin, it seems like, and especially with their play. Crisp, clear, Aloha Dance didn't even die this game. I think this is a total team victory. Nobody really stood out for me this game because everybody just played amazing.
And with that, we'll wrap things up for game 1, but we've just started this epic final best of 5. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit. That's Ryu Boris. Hit him up on his Twitter at RyuuDota. Myself at KotLGuy. Stay tuned, though. We'll be back for game number 2 of the Summit 5 European Qualifier Final of Virtus.pro versus Finem.